is 6 a.m. right now. I'm in my morning run. Usually this street is full of cars, but there's nobody here besides that truck that just went by. But once again, I found myself in the cycle of despair, man. Why do I make a little bit of progress and then it all slips away through my hands? I haven't woken up early in a week, and it's crazy because I've just found myself 2 weeks ago waking up at 5 a.m. 5 days in a row without missing, no problems at all. I'd wake up feeling horrible, but I'd still do it. But then that mid-afternoon tiredness would come and I just want to fall asleep and take a nap and I'd be dead. But at the same time, I'd be training as hard as possible in the gym. I was able to get my gym sessions every single day, and my boxing was increasing. The skill was amazing. I trained 4 times that week instead of 2 times. My productivity was also insane with my work, just getting deep work blocks all day, bam bam bam, just productive tasks, not mindlessly, opening tabs while doing my work and just looking back at the end of the day and trying to think, what did I do? And then you can't even remember because truthfully you didn't did much. And just like that, man, I find myself making such good progress. You show up 3 days in a row, you get these intensive gym sessions, but then you miss a day. You eat super clean, you track all your calories, you're getting closer to your goals, but then you go back into the low frequency self and you end up going to some bad habit. And so it feels like there's this draining energy pulling us, stopping us from getting to our goals. In our heads there's this big ambition, this big drive, these big dreams. We want to become this new person, but then it all collapses as soon as we try to get there. And what I've realized, the reason why this happens, man, is because we are people of the extremes. My dad is constantly telling me everything that is extreme is bad. I'm so anti-extremist, and moderation is key. And I get this point because he talks a lot about this when there's some news about some terrorist attacks and like these groups, they're all, let's say, extremists. But I believe that word is just used on the news just as propaganda for us to think, oh, being an extremist person is bad, it's bad. But what the hell is being an extremist person, man? That doesn't make any fucking sense, let's be real. Somebody just made that word up, and now waking up, let's say, at 3 a.m. is considered extreme. But if you go on your laptop and you decide to jerk off, that isn't being extreme, you're just winding down. That's what all these people would tell you. So how the hell does that make any sense, man? It all comes down to your standards. If you have standards of, okay, it's okay to wake up at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. is waking up early, then that is your standard. So to you, if you wake up at 3 a.m., that's gonna seem as extreme. But a normal person can simply have the standard, okay, I wake up at 3 a.m., that's early to me, because it just is. And now waking up at midnight is extreme. So it's all a goddamn lie, man. It's all customized. You can customize what the hell works for you. The truth is, we live in a society where jerking off is seen as normal, and waking up late, let's say waking up at 7 a.m., that's the early. So that's the reality we live in. To you, you're gonna feel like waking up at 5 a.m. is gonna seem like such an extreme. But guess what? The sun just is setting up at 6 a.m., bro. 6 a.m. So waking up at 5 isn't extreme at all. But most people would tell you it is. Most people would. But I'm not most people, man. I'm here to keep you accountable. I'm here to make sure you rise above your own standards and that you keep increasing them and you keep getting better. And so, why is exactly that? You try to raise these standards. You are now showing up even more to the gym. You have been able to progress 3 days in a row, 2 weeks without jerking off. You have been showing up more and more to the boxing practice, but then it slips away, and it seems like the next day or the next week everything collapses and you're back into an old frequency. You don't feel as good, and then once you analyze, like, your inputs have been much lower. So the reason why this happens, man, is because you have to realize it's not always that you're gonna be in a high frequency. Those days where you wake up energized and you are ready to conquer the day, those are easy days, man. Those are easy days. But the days where something happens and you arrive home late, you had this dinner, so you ate a lot, and now you're not feeling so good, so it's harder to fall asleep, and so you end up not being able to sleep. You just lay on our bed. It's horrible. And just like that, on those days where you feel like hell, you have to raise your frequency. You have to snap your head. You have to be able to say, this is a test. It's on these days that we build the most strength. It isn't on the easy days. The easy days, they're easy days, man. Now the days that are hard, those are the days where you have to push the most. You just have to tell yourself, this is a test. The devil is trying to pull me, is trying to get me to fail, trying to get me to my old version, and God is testing me to see if I can become the man, if I can have mental strength. So 2 days ago, I asked God, I said, hey, give me struggle, give me pain, man. I need that to become a better man. So just give me the best battles. So yesterday I woke up at 5 a.m. and what I wanted was to go do some sprints, and just like that I wake up and I hit the snooze button and go back to bed to sleep. And I have these dreams, man, where I'm literally sprinting in the beach. There's this big ocean, this big mansion, there's girls giving me respect, I'm eating some cereal and I can vividly taste it. And just like that, my own brain is goddamn against me. I set a goal to go sprinting, and my brain is creating all these dreams, all these fantasies, so that I take the easy route and stay at home, sleeping, instead of actually moving towards my dreams. And so, just like that, bro, you cannot trust your goddamn brain. You simply cannot. You have to create the person you want to become. You have to say, I am a shredded, clear skin man that lives up to his purpose and is out here to save so many men. You have to create an identity, and you have to be constantly saying, does this get me closer to my identity or does this get me further? And going back to being an extremist, people like us, man, we are simply crazy people. I am able to say right now, I'm gonna go run a marathon, and I am able to do it with ease, man. To me, running a marathon is probably easier than me just going on a 2 kilometer run, because mentally my brain is just like, let's do it, let's get this 10 marathon, man, let's just get it. While doing a 2 kilometer run, my brain is just like, bro, that's not even worth it, and I'll go run all slow and super sloppy and stop multiple times. This is just how I operate. And what happens is, we have these crazy insane productive days. You show up more times to boxing practice, you show up more times to the gym, but then you start slacking off a bit. You get into this low frequency, this desire state where you want to consume. You just want to scroll social media, you just want to go on the dirty website, you just want to gossip, you know, talk negativity about something, this consumer state. And just like that, you miss yourself. You lose yourself because your brain is extremist. And so as soon as he stops seeing, you know, you making this insane progress towards your goals, he's like, bro, I am either up here or I'm either up here. You know, living a mediocre life, this isn't for me, bro. So he goes all in just doing bad stuff. That's why when you jerk off, it isn't usually just one time. No, it's like you do it one time, then it's like three more times or two more times. You just go insane in the bad habits, and it never starts with just one bad habit. It always starts with you have a negative thought in, let's say, your dinner with the family. You know, you say something negative because, you know, somebody disrespected you, let's say, and you just start to think negatively, like, why you, these guys don't understand, or there's something on the news that is negative, gets in your head. Then you start to have these negative thoughts, and it just all comes down manifesting. It's a snowball effect. It always starts with just some small negative thought that you don't even realize you had, and then you go to eat some nice little dessert. Maybe it starts with some fruits. You know, you start eating a lot of fruit, then you want some more sugar, go for the dessert, then you end up searching the dirty website, then you just go do some bad stuff, you hang around with the wrong people instead of being smart about it. It's just this snowball effect. The pendulum is pushing you towards it, and it takes you to this extreme. You know, you as an extreme person, you are either here or here. And I found myself the times where I don't screw up, and the times where I feel the best, I feel the most fulfilled, is the times where I go completely extreme. Okay, people tell you just do 1% better, 1% better, 1% better, but that is what leads to this problem of doing 3 days in a row and then you miss, 4 days in a row and then you miss. It's because you're having this pussy mindset where you're not going all in. Your brain is so much more capable than what you think. Your body is so much more capable than what you think. You have never been close to literally dying. All those gym sessions where it was insane, your body could have handled, let's say, 1,000 times more than that pain. 100% it could have. Because the body is literally this pure machine, man. Impossible to die. The body is only like purpose is to just survive, man. You see all these fat people just filling themselves with hamburger, McDonald's, junk food, just Cereals, literally drinking gallons of Cereals every single day, man. There's Cereals everywhere, bro. I go to this goddamn natural store. There's olives there, like natural olives, and the girl is putting a goddamn Cereals in there as the sauce. What the hell, bro? And so, if these people can drink so many goddamn vegetable oils and still be alive, man, you can just handle some crazy gym sessions, some crazy runs. You can handle all of that. And the problem right now that you're facing is that you're going too easy on yourself. That's the truth. Your mind deep down knows you're better than that. So when you're, hitting those gym sessions consistently, or that boxing practice, you're going more times, you may think that you're up here, you may think that you're in an extreme where you're going so well, but the truth is you're like here. You're like here, you're not in an extreme. And so what your body does, since he wants to be in an extreme, he will go to the bad habits, he will go to the low frequency in order for you to go to an extreme, because it's easier to go for a bad extreme. You end up jerking off 4 times. It's easier to do that than to train twice a day. It's easier, man. But that's the reality here. The reality is that you're going too easy on yourself, and You could be waking up early, you could be meditating for 1 hour instead of those little 10 minutes a day. It's just it's 1% better every day. You could read for 2 or 1 hour more than what you're currently right now, or you could read because probably you may not be reading, or you could go outside more and just start approaching random people. Your body needs to be in the extreme. You must understand that. And that is the problem right now that you're facing. Because you're not going to the extreme. The body wants discomfort. And the truth is, it is uncomfortable to feel like shit. It is uncomfortable to jerk off and eat that junk food when you said yourself you were not gonna do it. So now you, after you do it, you feel this deep shame, you feel horrible, and the reason why is because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable, and that's what the brain wants. The brain wants uncomfortable. The brain does not want comfort. That's the truth. Deep down, subconsciously, people like me and you, we are extremists. We need uncomfortable constantly, and so the brain is gonna go for what's easier. Okay, we need uncomfort. Let's just go jerk off because that's gonna feel horrible and it's gonna be uncomfortable. Let's just do that because that's easier than you working out twice a day. You get my point, man? I bet you never thought of this. So just like that, I want you to write down exactly everything that you're avoiding. Everything, man. It all comes down to that. It all comes down to hitting the discomfort zone. So a thing, in me that I can tell you right now, what I did, I wrote on the paper everything I was avoiding, and that was waking up early. I was trying to wake up at 6 a.m. Oh, 6 a.m. that's early, nice and easy. I was never able to. I was following this little pussy mindset of, okay, every single day we wake up 10 minutes earlier, 10 minutes earlier, 10 minutes earlier. And just like that, I was never waking up on time, never even been able to wake up at 6. But when I said, I'm gonna wake up at 5, man, just like that, I put the alarm at 5 and I am able to wake up normally, instantly. Because, as I told you, our brains are extremists. We are either in the lowest frequency, just being little monkeys, just going to, let's say, parties and just chugging alcohol, bro, let's party, and going insanity, or we are in this David Goggins, let's say, crazy mode, running marathons, training twice a day, doing boxing, doing gym, doing a early wake up with the run. That's the week I saw the most progress. I told you guys last week I trained 4 times a week, every single day, trained also gym. I 4 times boxing a week, also did gym every single day, and woke up at 5 and went on a run. Just like that, I trained 3 times a day, man. Now there is some pro athlete routine. And just like that, that was the place where I felt the most fulfilled, where I felt the greatest, and where I was making most progress in every area of my life. So, you must understand, man, you were made for extremes. Don't let anybody tell you that moderation is key. Moderation is simply an excuse that average people tell themselves in order to feel good about themselves. That's how they do it. In order for them to feel good about being average, they say that. That's how they do it. Because if they didn't have that mindset, they would feel horrible seeing people like Cristiano Ronaldo, or Kobe Bryant, let's say, waking up at 3 a.m. to train every single day. If people didn't say moderation is key, then you would look at the guy and think, I am being a loser. And that's how it works. Look at guys like Kobe Bryant. Look at guys like Mike Tyson, let's say, waking up at 5 a.m. to go run and all that. And Kobe Bryant training like 7 times a day, who knows. Just like that. You are meant to live like that. Our personality type is just like Kobe Bryant's, man. So write down every single thing you're avoiding. Because it all comes down to that. It comes down to sacrificing comfort and increasing discomfort. You put that alarm clock at night and then the next day you wake up and you feel horrible. You don't want to wake up anymore. You feel like a total different person. Why? Because in the period of the motivation and the action, there was comfort. Instead of there being that pure drive action, there was comfort. And so now your dreams are vanishing, are dying. It's such a crazy metaphor, because when we sleep we have dreams, and then we wake up, the dreams are gone, and it comes up to us to follow the real life dreams, and not, or we can go back to sleep and chase the fantasy dreams that are not real. They're just in your mind. It's not real, man. So just like that, go do the extreme. Go wake up at 5 a.m. Go on that early run or sprints. You can start with some sprints. Go hit the gym in the morning, and then later in the afternoon go hit another gym session. Why wouldn't you? Why aren't you eating 5 meals a day if you want to bulk up more? Why just stick to 3? Oh, I can't hit my protein. Bro, you're eating like a baby. Go eat more. Go really have that clear vision where you want to go, and just go all in, like really extreme. You can't be doing your best. You can't be doing your best saying, oh, I'm gonna wake up at 6, that's early to me, I usually wake up at 10. No, man, that's doing your best. You gotta do whatever it takes. If you want to achieve a certain goal, you gotta do whatever it takes to achieve it. You can't just do your best, do what feels good, I'm just pushing 1% better every day. No, man, you just say to yourself, from now on I'm gonna wake up at 5, and you just do it. That's simply how it works, man. There isn't some wishy-washy science behind this. You just gotta do the real uncomfortable actions, and just think with your brain, what am I doing wrong? And you show up, and you show up, and you show up. And so now I'm gonna be making more of these videos, because I want to keep you guys accountable, and myself accountable. If I say to myself, I have to post a YouTube video 2 days in 2 days, which is something I've always been avoiding. I've always told myself, I can only post like 1 video a week, just like that. And just like that, man, I post like once a month on YouTube, and it's a lie. I tell myself all these lies. I need time to edit. It's quality over quantity, just lies. And when I tell myself, bro, I'm gonna post up 3 times a week, that's when I make actually the best content, and I'm just in this constant flow state, working, having such more productivity than if I was saying, oh, just one video a month, and then it's just wise, man. When you go extreme, everything goes right. That's the truth. It's easier to go extreme than to stay average. Life is beautiful, man. You just gotta go out there and thrive to your dreams. Whoa! Ah! Whoa! Ah!